belongs to us. Then take it if you can.
Five fantastic battle-armored samurai.
Ronin warriors. Ronin warriors.
Together, they face the otherworldly forces of the evil dynasty.
The powers in the armor.
Calling on the spirits of ancient samurai warriors.
In Pathfinder, the samurai class stands alongside the fighter and the paladin as one of the kings of the battlefield. Not only can you devastate a single target, you have aura effects that empower your allies fighting by your side. Finally, add in the mobility of a mount and you have a class that can excel in a multitude of different settings and scenarios. Let's start our journey along the path of the samurai with your ability scores. The two most important are Strength and Constitution. Strength is for melee combat. Because of how your challenge ability works, melee is going to be very important to you. Second, you're going to want to have Constitution for survivability. Samurai is a hardy class, but you're not exactly a tank. The ability scores of secondary importance are Dexterity and Wisdom. Your Dexterity will give you AC. It will also help with ranged combat and ride checks you make with your mount. Then Wisdom is for will saves. The Samurai class gets abilities that can help you out in terms of making your will saves, but it still helps to have something in Wisdom, as your will save is not one of your strong saves. Finally, your least important ability scores are your Intelligence, which you only use for skills, and your Charisma, which again you only use for skills. I will, however, add the caveat that if you're playing one of my favorite samurai archetypes, the warrior poet, charisma is very important to you. As a samurai, you have a D10 hit die, which is pretty good. You're going to have a lot of HP, especially if you've got a decent constitution modifier. You have a base attack bonus that's equal to your level, so you have the highest one, which means that you're going to stand a good chance of being able to hit in combat. As for your saves, you have a good fort save and poor will and reflex saves, but you do have things that can help you augment that. Samurai are proficient with all simple and martial weapons, plus the katana, the naginata, and the wakizachi. They are also proficient with light, medium, and heavy armor and shields, except tower shields. Now, let's talk about one of the samurai's core abilities, Challenge. As a swift action, you can challenge a single target you can see. Your melee attacks deal extra damage equal to your samurai level to the target of your challenge. However, you take a -2 to AC versus the target of your challenge. The challenge remains in effect until combat ends, or the target is dead, or the target is unconscious. You can use this ability one time per day at first level, and one additional time for every 3 levels beyond first. So you get it again at 4th, 7th, 10th, 13th, 16th, and 19th. Also at first level, you get a mount. Your mount functions as a druid's animal companion. The creature must be one that you can ride. Medium category samurai can choose either a horse or a camel. A small category samurai can choose a pony, a wolf, a boar, or a dog. More exotic options are possible, but you're going to need to ask your DM about it. You don't take armor check penalties when riding your mount. Your mount is always considered combat trained, and gains light armor proficiency as a bonus feat. The mount does not gain the shared spell ability. If your mount dies and you replace it with a new one, your new mount does not gain Link, Evasion, Devotion, or Improved Evasion until you gain a level. So take care of your animal friend. Next, at first level, you're going to need to choose your order. Samurai orders grant you abilities as you level. You get your first ability at 2nd, second ability at 8th, and your final ability at 15th level. Also, each order gives you edicts that you must follow. If you violate the edict, you lose the benefit of your order for 24 hours. If you wish to change your order, you pick a new order, and you immediately lose the benefits from your old one and don't gain benefits from the new one until you level up. Also, you can choose from Cavalier orders as well as Samurai orders. You have a lot of options when picking what order you want, and a lot of it is going to depend on what kind of character and campaign you're building for. But I'm going to give you my picks for orders that you should strongly consider. First off, we have the Order of the Warrior. Fluff-wise, this is the most common samurai order. All of the orders will change or augment your challenge in some way. For the Order of the Warrior, when you declare a challenge, you receive DR 1, bypassed by nothing, versus your target. The DR increases by 1 for every 4 levels in Samurai you take. This will definitely help you offset that -2 to AC. Your second level ability is Honor in All Things. Whenever you make a skill check or saving throw, you may, as a free action, gain a +4 morale bonus to that roll. You can use this ability 1 time per day at second level, and 1 additional time for every 4 levels you possess beyond second. At 8th level, the Order of the Warrior gives you Way of the Samurai. As a standard action, for the next minute, you can choose 1 attack, skill check, or saving throw. Roll 3 times and take the highest result. The next order I'm going to talk about is Order of the Songbird. This order really dovetails, if you will, with the Warrior Poet archetype. First up, the challenge. As a member of the Order of the Songbird, you get a +1 dodge bonus to AC and a +1 sacred bonus on saving throws versus your target. This bonus increases by 1 for every 4 levels in Samurai you take. You must wear light armor or no armor, and you cannot have a shield and only be carrying a light load to receive this benefit. At second level, you get Versatile Performance. This works just like the Bard ability, and you select 1 performance. Then at 8th level, you get Poetic Inspiration. Once per combat, you may speak as a swift action, granting your allies within 30 feet a competency bonus equal to your charisma modifier to attack and damage for 1 round. Finally, if you're into being the lone hero wandering the land type, you might think about the Order of the Ronin. First up, the challenge. If you're a member of the Order of the Ronin and you're the target of a smite, quarry, or challenge, or similar effect by the target of your challenge, you get a +1 morale bonus on attacks against that target, and a +1 dodge bonus versus your target. This increases by 1 for every 4 levels you possess. At second level, Ronin get Self-Reliant. If you fail a will save against an effect that has a duration of longer than 1 round, you gain another save at the end of the second round. If you make that save, it functions as if you had made the first save, removing any effects or penalties incurred because of that state. Also, if you're reduced to 0 hit points, on your next turn, you may roll twice to stabilize and take the higher result. At 8th level, a Ronin gets Without Master. As an immediate action, you may, if you would be reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed, instead be at 1 hit point. Or, after rolling to confirm a crit, you can re-roll and take the higher result. Or you can take a 10 on a skill check during combat, even if that's not normally possible. The final thing you get at first level as a samurai is Resolve. 1 time per day plus 1 for every 2 samurai levels you possess, you may, as a standard action, remove fatigued, shaken, or sickened conditions. At 8th level, you may also remove exhausted, frightened, nauseated, or staggered. However, if the condition has a duration longer than 1 hour or is permanent, the condition is removed for 1 hour. Or, as an immediate action, when you make a fortitude or will save, you may roll twice and take the better result. Or, as an immediate action, if you are reduced to 0 hit points but not slain, you instantly stabilize and remain conscious. You are staggered and do fall unconscious if you take any additional damage. At 3rd level, a samurai gets Weapon Expertise. You select either katana, longbow, naginata, or wakizachi. You can draw that weapon as a free action, as if you had quick draw. Also, whenever you threaten a critical hit with that weapon, you get a +2 bonus on confirmation roll. Finally, your samurai levels count as fighter levels and stack. This is for the purpose of fighter feats. At 4th level, you get Mounted Archer. You take only a -2 on attack rolls with ranged weapons when your mount has taken a double move. This penalty increases to -4 when the mount is running. At 5th level, you get Banner. As long as the samurai's banner is clearly visible, all allies within 60 feet get a +2 morale bonus versus fear, and a +1 to attack as part of a charge. At 10th level and every 5 levels thereafter, this bonus increases by +1. Now, if you don't like that bonus, you have some alternate banner options, like Fleet Standard. This increases land speed and gives dodge bonuses. Jinx Standard. This gives bonuses to caster level to overcome SR, and increases the DC of hexes, necromancy spells, and enchantments. I picture this standard as being something like a skeleton champion samurai with a cabal of witches with him would do. I don't think anyone's going to let you play that, but it would be cool. You could also go with Knave Standard. This gives bonuses to attacks of opportunity and attacks while flanking. This would be a cool thing for like a bandit leader samurai who rushes into battle with like rogues and other cutthroat type characters. Finally, for banner, in order to function, the banner must be at least small category or larger, and it must be clearly displayed on the samurai or your mount. At 6th level, you get a bonus feat. The restrictions on this are pretty simple. It needs to be a combat feat, and that's about it. You can use this for anything you want. The best use is probably to round out any of those necessary feats for whatever combat style you're going for. The last samurai ability I'm going to talk about is Greater Resolve. At 9th level, you can spend 1 use of your Resolve to, as an immediate action, reduce a crit that has been confirmed against you back to a normal attack. This can really save you because crits are very nasty. Now, let's talk about the feats you might consider for your samurai. Like a lot of the martial powerhouse classes, feats are very important to you because they define what you're going to do in combat. So you're obviously going to want to go for the standbys, things like power attack, point blank shot, 2-weapon fighting if you're going that direction. But also consider feats for your mount. Like mounted combat. This requires you to have 1 rank in ride. Once per round, when your mount is hit in combat, you can attempt a ride check as an immediate action to negate the hit. The hit is negated if your ride check result is greater than the opponent's attack, which honestly isn't that hard to do, really. Trample. This requires 1 rank in ride and mounted combat. When you attempt to overrun an opponent while mounted, the target may not choose to avoid you. Your mount makes 1 hoof attack against any target you knock down, gaining the standard +4 bonus on attacks against a target that has been knocked prone. Finally, ride by attack. This requires 1 rank in ride and mounted combat. When you are mounted and using the charge action, you may move and attack as if it were a standard charge, and then you can move again. You have to be going in a straight line. Your total movement in that round can't exceed double your mount's speed. You and your mount do not provoke attacks of opportunities from the opponent that you attack. I hope you've enjoyed the D6 damage samurai class analysis. Now, if you're interested in more strategy and class guides for Pathfinder, check out D6 Damage right here on YouTube. And if you want to take your game further, check out the D6 Damage Discord. We have discussions about world building, character creation, best practices, contests, and more. Look down in the description for the Discord link, and thank you for watching.